Welcome to Concrete Block. I'm your host, Walter. Today, we're diving into a developing story that's gaining international attention. Venezuelan opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner María Corina Machado has been making headlines with her recent statements on the situation in Venezuela. In an exclusive interview with CBS News, Machado expressed her support for President Trump's strategy in her home country, stating, "I absolutely support President Trump's strategy in Venezuela." Machado's comments come as the Trump administration increases its pressure campaign to remove President Nicolas Maduro from power. The Venezuelan opposition leader believes that this increased pressure is a credible threat to the regime and could be the key to finally moving towards democracy in her country. When asked about the potential for U.S. military action in Venezuela, Machado welcomed more pressure on Maduro, but didn't think U.S. troops on the ground would be necessary. The situation in Venezuela remains complex, with millions of citizens displaced and an economy in shambles. Machado believes that if the opposition were to come to power, they have a clear plan for the first 100 hours and 100 days, including rebuilding democratic institutions and restoring order. The international community is watching closely as the situation continues to unfold. It's a delicate balance between supporting democracy and avoiding external interference. As the world waits to see what will happen next in Venezuela, one thing is certain: the people of Venezuela deserve a chance at a better future. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into the world of healthcare and insurance, where a new poll is shedding light on the complexities of American opinions. According to an NBC News Decision Desk poll, a whopping 82% of U.S. adults are satisfied with their health insurance coverage overall. However, when we dig deeper, nearly 1/4 of respondents reported being denied coverage or facing delays from their insurance in the last 2 years. This dichotomy is fascinating as it highlights the nuances of the healthcare debate playing out in Washington and across the country. On one hand, older adults and those on Medicare and Medicaid tend to be more satisfied with their coverage, with 9 in 10 Americans over 65 years old saying they're satisfied. On the other hand, younger Americans and those with private healthcare coverage are more likely to report dissatisfaction. The poll also touches on the issue of insurance claim denials and delays, which has been at the center of national attention recently. Women are 6 points more likely than men to report that their coverage has been delayed or denied, and Americans with private healthcare coverage are slightly more likely to experience these issues than those with public healthcare coverage. When it comes to Obamacare, the poll reveals a mixed bag of opinions. While 46% of respondents say they'd rather keep it, 24% want to repeal it, and 31% are unsure. Notably, majorities of Democrats, Black Americans, and women under 30 years old want to keep the ACA, while a majority of Republicans and those who identify with the Make America Great Again movement want to repeal it. As we navigate the complexities of healthcare and insurance, it's clear that there are no easy answers. With health insurance prices on the rise and the 2026 midterm elections looming, 57% of respondents say they trust the Democratic Party to handle the issue, while 43% trust the Republican Party. As we continue to explore this critical topic, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives and approach the conversation with empathy and understanding. The healthcare landscape is ever evolving, and it's crucial that we stay informed and engaged in the discussion. Welcome back to Concrete Block. As we wrap up today's show, let's take a look at some significant news from around the world. We have 3 stories that caught our attention, and we'll be diving into each of them briefly. Firstly, in Hong Kong, the city's once diverse political landscape has seen a significant shift with the disbandment of the Democratic Party. The party, which was founded in 1994, had been a moderate opposition voice pushing for universal suffrage in electing the city's leader. However, under the current political climate and social pressures, the party has decided to dissolve itself, marking the end of an era. On the other hand, some party veterans have expressed that they were warned of consequences if the party didn't shut down. This move reflects the dwindling freedoms promised to the former British colony when it returned to China's rule in 1997. The city has seen a crackdown on pro-democracy groups and activists, with many being arrested under the national security law imposed by China. In other news, Jimmy Lai, the founder of the pro-democracy Apple Daily newspaper, is set to hear his verdict on Monday after being charged under the same law. The paper was one of the vocal independent outlets shut down over the past 5 years, and dozens of civil society groups have also closed. On a different note, in the world of sports, Ka Ying Rising has made headlines by winning the Hong Kong Sprint, extending his winning streak to 16 races. This impressive display has cemented his position as a top-class sprinter, and we can expect to see more exciting performances from him in the future. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed.